Okay, we got a check with the mic. I think so. I think so. Let's see. Gotta make sure here that it's all the way up. Let me stop share here. Check. All right, cool. Share the screen. Sorry about that. The proclaimed game of the year by these two. You got a 2-loss Bucks versus I think at the time, a 3-3 Panthers. So interesting matchup. So having only played Dan's version of the Bucks versus Willie's version of the Panthers, one of the things that we're going to look out for is that guy right there, Mike Evans. He's back from injury, and it just opens up this offense so much more. You know, the 90 overall superstar Howard with route technician. Actually, I don't think it's route technician. I think it's just whatever it is. It just allows them to cut quicker on routes and then post flag elite. And then Godwin, you know, like the fact that Godwin at 88 overall or 89 overall and probably superstar if this indeed is like the updated version. You know, point is you're in for some trouble. Trying to defend this team, especially if you can find success running the ball. So, you know, having gone to the Super Bowl, this team is in good condition for Carolina. Curtis Samuel, obviously superstar. Wouldn't be surprised if we see DJ Moore, superstar as well. So here comes Danny out and then the nickel. Now, I've only seen one play in this game. Cornerbacks by speed. I wonder if Danny just is doing that because of the specific matchup versus something he normally does. But I know he's got Murphy Bunting, who is 6'3" and about 92, 93 speed. So that would be a good matchup for Samuel. But all right, so we're in the single formation here, and let's see what we got. Cover 3 with a man up. He's going to throw the bubble to Miller. This Anthony Miller, the Memphis and Chicago Bear wide receiver. So come out early against the cover 3 and throw that. In the single back again. Notice Danny mans up the nickel on the outside receiver. Oh, again? He does it so fast, so you don't really catch it. But I'm trying to see. So cover 3, manning the nickel on the outside. So that means, you know, he's probably going to come user underneath the slot because he's going to have to help out a little bit. But you're going to see here, this purple gets manned up on the X. It's probably to play the out. And then he's probably going to have to move. You don't want to leave that nickel or that slot receiver open too much, but it has to play run defense there. So that's something to keep an eye on. Is the anti-out route there, hot route there. I don't do it. I don't know if that's something that works a ton, but it looks like he did it again. So it looks like he's just trying not to get beat by the quick outs. A slant there, keeping the linebackers in. So good reads early by Willie. Danny's not spreading too much, and I mean, who would against a team with McCaffrey who wants to run the football? Here comes a zero blitz. I wouldn't be surprised if he tries to help over top, especially if Samuel beats the press. Looks that's what he's looking to do. Okay. McCaffrey underneath, and wow. That's why it's scary to run zero against a guy like Willie. So you see here, you have double move elite, and he has to play over the top like we were talking about right before the snap. And anytime you're running zero and your attention isn't on Christian McCaffrey, then you're kind of fucked. That's just the honest truth. He's going to beat anybody and everybody on that angle route. And if anybody knows angle routes or OP, it's my man Danny. So first score on the board goes to the Buccaneers. So there's that. So how do you respond? Normally, from what I've seen, Danny likes zero on first down, early downs, because either he's blitzing and he's going to get pressure if you try to run play action out of a run set, or he's just bringing 6 into the box to stuff to run. So interesting. He went cover 3 early, And then the one time we did run zero, he kind of got toasted there. But once again, I like the risk showing that what he was doing is he was showing that, and he wanted him to take the cheese on that out and up, which he didn't. He ended up going for the angle route. So the first mental battle of the game won by Willie. So now a run and a standard first down run there, 2nd and 6. So what do you have to do against Carolina? Well, Shaq and Kuechly are a problem. So that's your first address. You want to try to stop this defense from being able to load the box. So that was a good throw there. He goes for the angle slant combo, and it's kind of scary to throw that with Luke lurking on it. But Luke gets actually toasted by the angle, and I don't know if he actually didn't throw the angle here, but either way, the vertical route by Howard kind of forces him the user not to be able to crash down on it. So cover one there. So, man, these guys have both kind of had angle routes, burning man coverage. But this time he finds the slant to Godwin. I want to see how much Godwin slot he has. He's got Nolan Sanders, the ex-Cardinal. He'll go fake screen wheel. He's go corner route to OJ. Hot damn. Everything about this screen is man zero blitz. Why? Manned up, manned up, manned up in the box. Probably this guy's going to go play deep, and he's going to be in man. And then these guys aren't really lined up over anybody, and the safety is down over Howard. So everything about that says that these linebackers are coming to me. Like, that's what that's telling me. And, of course, none do. Interesting here. I wonder if that was manually changed. We'll see what the play call is. But nonetheless, this man route gets absolutely toasted on the corner by Howard. And if he gets caught, I'll be very surprised. Oh, Dante. Okay. Catches one like the 1 or 2. Let's see what the play was. So, all right. So it was a zero blitz of some sort, except it was bringing the safeties down. Interesting call. It doesn't look like he actually blitzed them, but the fact that they got brought down and that you had man coverage is what opened up. So attacking each other's man coverage early. And these are two guys that are willing to run man coverage, whereas most folks, including myself, tend to shy in the zones. And it's all dependent on personnel. When you have a guy like Dante Jackson and Luke Kuechly, and then the user skills that Willie has, it's no surprise that he trusts man coverage a lot. And Willie, if you know one thing about Willie, it's he likes having a defense that can play press man. So a little bit easier to beat, but whenever it's on, it's really hard. So 2nd and goal, Duke Johnson stuffed again. Gets stopped by quarters. These are always tough, man. These are really tough. You got to make your decisions. Do you want a power run? How reliable are you? He has Ollie Marpet and what's it, Trey Coleman? I don't know his last name, but Foreman, Coleman. Either way, he's got a powerful left side of the line. Does he trust it? And I like this one. This is actually going to be so it's a fullback inside, but you run it with the tight end. So I ran it last year. Actually 2 years ago. I don't know if you guys remember, I had Gronk for Seattle, and I actually will motion the running back down. So this is a good play in like the strong close formations. If you have a tight end here, you motion the fullback down, and they're going to think, oh, it's a pass because that, and they don't think tight end would get the run. Danny doesn't do that, but he still kind of catches him off guard with the fullback, quote unquote fullback, but it's a tight end. So I had Gronk in there, and that was always a fun play for me. Also, the shovel pass to Gronk out of that formation is an option. So creative play calling there. Gets the touchdown response for the Bucs. I like it already. So game of the year. That's what I've been told, that this is the game of the year. So I like it. And a nifty play, that's something that people need to be, we get so caught up, like if your Jade is like, oh, this playbook needs more stretch. Like you need more plays that just kind of throw you off. Like you just need, if you can get them just uncomfortable on defense for like, well, what do I guard? That formation that was just run, Pest likes running that formation. He likes throwing, the post to halfback wheel, like, and he's not the only one. A lot of people like to do that. It's not a negative thing. Ooh, wow. McCaffrey just making people straight miss. I don't know if Danny manned up on the outside there in the cover 2 sink. one thing to remember is if you are in cover 2, which is a mirror coverage, and when I say mirror, I mean split down the middle. Everything on the left side is the same as everything on the right side. If you man this corner on this wide receiver, it will automatically man this corner on this wide receiver. Just so you know, if you're playing cover 2 and that's your adjustment, I don't know if that was his adjustment here, but if that was, it'll automatically do it for you. So you don't have to worry about getting it both knocked out. Anyway, sorry, I'm stopping a lot. We're only at 4 minutes in the first #hour and a half film room. 2nd and 3, we're going back to the gun splits this time. It's Carolina Panthers version with 2 running backs. He is blitzing the nickel, manning up that safety on Samuel. And he's using White on that side. Good read. Good read. So Danny's getting creative with some of these blitz, and there's only about a handful of people in the league that are going to do stuff like this. Let's look at this play art. So what is this? Why is this something Danny's doing? I think it comes down to how much he trusts Devin White's speed. 92, 93 speed Devin White. It's going to cover a lot. You're assuming that these guys can take this side of the field, and he's just got to play 1, 2, 3. He's got deep covered, and he's got probably any in-cutting routes by Samuel covered. He is probably, and if I'm him, I'm rushing to get over to 17 here to cover this ground ASAP. And you just have to force Willie to make a decision. The thing is, Willie is very much like Danny in that when it comes to the passing game, a lot of times people here are going to make a mistake. You have a crossing route, you have an outward cutting route, and he's patient enough because could get picked and this is getting picked. So he makes the right decision and he throws it to McCaffrey, and then obviously the spin cycle. So Danny's not throwing that blitz at you unless he respects your game, and these two go back a long time. So I'm a fan of that one. So 1st and 10 here, McCaffrey coming out making himself look like a weapon, and Danny's played a lot of NFC South this year, so he knows all too much about McCaffrey. Oh, no way. Yeah, nice. Let's say no way you got that. So play action. Looks like he wanted he has this cut here. He ends up trying to throw this in coverage to a seam. I mean, it's kind of there, but because he's in 3, the corner just peels off. And, yeah, Anthony Miller isn't going to make that catch. So, yeah, can't take the cheese sometimes when you're running these play actions. I know we all want to get the big play, but beating Danny is not about getting the big play. It's waiting. It's about waiting on it. Sooner or later it's going to happen just off Madden alone. So we're going to go jet sweep on 1st and 10. We haven't seen that yet. And, oh, wow, the swerve. Godwin's got good speed like that. He almost blew it up with Luke. Does a good job there. Being patient with the run lanes. I spoke a lot with Arlen in the DMs through the offseason. We were talking a little bit. We were trying to do a Kyler Murray trade, and, we were just talking about how much swerve is important. You have a guy like Arlen who's, I think, a talented user. He passes the ball well, just doesn't run the ball well. And I think now that he's kind of unlocked it, my man Nolan Sanders double drags. Danny double drags or Donnie double drags? But yeah, I mean, if you're not incorporating some kind of swerve within your run game, you're just hurting yourself. I know it may feel cheesy. Sorry, Texans, but that's just the case. Oh, he almost makes a play there. Willie, all on top of it. I've said Willie's a top 5 user in this league, so, oh, man, I missed the play art. My apologies. So you have double seams, double comebacks, a mirrored route with an out by Johnson. So, I mean, I get that he threw to A here. I mean, look how open it is. I mean, he may have waited a little bit, but I mean, just in a flash second, I mean, Willie goes from, and I'm sorry that has to start from there to nothing. Like, look at that speed burst by Luke. You literally can't even trust your eyes. Like, that was absolutely bananas from a speed burst perspective. Like, how do you even, like, can you even be mad? Like if I'm Danny, if I threw that as a pick, I'm like, all right, well, I can't even feel like I made the bad decision because goddamn. But a huge play there on first down as they're creeping into their 35 yard. I mean, they're well in the field goal range here, but I mean, forcing 3rd and 8, getting him in a situation where he kind of wanted that pass quick on first down. Since he didn't get it, it was 2nd and 10, only 2 on the next down. So now got to play defense. So 3rd and 8, 3rd and long. He's going to use her shack. You got to jump ball to Mike Evans, and good. All right, he's not going to come down with it. I know it's scary to leave Mike Evans one-on-one, and in most cases, I would not advise it. But he did a very good job at picking up the late developing dig by Nolan Sanders on the left side. So he had OJ on the quick out. You hope that clears out the user. Maybe you pump fake it, and then you have the lating developing deep in. And that's a throw that's available this year because of the trajectory. Last year, you don't have to do out inside the slot and then an in from the outside. You don't have to necessarily. Sometimes a zig will work, and a zig is enough to really attract the attention, especially if you pump fake that zig. You could really move that user and then hit the later dig. So those are there now. So back to manning up the outside guy. It looks like he just doesn't want Samuel alone without safety help. And he's going to go after my favorite route concept, Dusty. So what is Dusty? We talked about it in the a Davey shrimp vid. You have in route, corner route, and all you're reading is 1 to 2 to 3. So if he comes across the zone and the guy takes him, you throw here. But in this case, he manned up Murphy Bunting on Samuel, so that means this side of the field is unaccounted for. So in man coverage, which we end up getting because he's using David underneath the digs, and he's using here. Like, this is a really good read by Willie because there's really nothing else. Like, to throw this ball right here is, yeah, it's a good read. He did throw it a little late, so you could definitely see the gears turn and said, like, do I have this corner route? And some people, like, that's the football read in real life is the in to the in. A lot of people in Madden are probably just looking for the corner, which I wouldn't be surprised if that's what Willie was looking for. But nonetheless, that's the read. That's the design of it. And he does a good job. So now double dig, but with a deeper, instead of a corner, the very next play, it goes double in, and then a late, instead of a corner deep, it's just a deep end. And even this, look, that deep end is open. So 1, 2, now he could have hit here, but he also has here open, but because of the pressure that came in from Barrett, blows this play up. I don't think he would have had a chance at that pick at all. Pass rush really helps there. So got him on the corner on the double in. Then he goes back to the double in, but instead of the corner, this time it's the dig, and he just can't get the ball off in time. So game of inches here. Literally got him on the last play, and then this one didn't work out. But I'll tell you what will work out, and that's swing routes to Christian McCaffrey. Gets a lot of his yards back. Smart play by Willie, too, to, be okay with that. 2nd and 18, just make it 3rd and 7. Don't try to get 2nd and 18. You have guys come out, and they'll just want to throw that quick out or late out, and then it's 3rd and 18. So Willie playing a smart move here. Now we're back to what we saw before, which was manning the outside guy. You have a double team on Samuel. You got to use the timeout. Nah, he brings a guy over, but he's still blitzing. Man, I don't know how this doesn't end up being a first down. Oh, wow. Any other route, an out, thrown here, an ankle, like any other route to McCaffrey, and this is the easy C, but just putting a guy there, even though he blitzed him, probably made him look away from McCaffrey to start. Oh, man. And then if he would have waited, there was nobody playing underneath on that dig that was coming across. But obviously, the pressure was coming. So that was, wow. I guess that speaks to the trust that Danny has. If I had that defense set up and that was a play that, I saw that, and as soon as I saw the motion up by McCaffrey, I'm calling a timeout. I'm like, nope. And in the zone, McCaffrey, with literally nobody accounting for him, I'm not going to do it. Or I would have switched to user the blitzer and then like fake blitz and try to run back and react to McCaffrey. Like there's no way I leave McCaffrey open there. I'd sacrifice the blitzer. So, all right, here we go. Rosen, empty in the pocket. He's going to throw this. Oh, can't throw that curl late. Actually, really can't throw that curl at all. Like, I don't know anybody outside of Jordan that has success with curls. Every time I throw a curl, it just kind of goes off to the side and always probably it's up the corner's hand. Like, it's never like on time or target. I need to get in the practice lab. All right. What do we have here? A run. I like it. There's been a lot of passing. Like, just a lot of passing. Uh-oh. Oh, man. Luke Kuechly, baby. Duke Johnson. Duke Johnson, if you actually look at his ratings, it's just like nothing like Duke Johnson. Like when you're thinking Duke Johnson, you think a receiving back who's going to struggle with running between the tackles, and he's got like 80 trucking, like for no reason. So you wouldn't even think to use him as a power back, but you have that luxury here. All right, so a little trips on that right side. You could go Evans one-on-one. Oh, he's done, Joe. Oh, this is the play. This is the one that I got. First of all, the fact that he gets absolutely toasted on the press here and still recovers is bananas to me. That might just be because of Rosen, but like there's no reason that he should have gotten a hand on this ball, but he does. And Mike still catches it. That pucker factor by Danny. He's probably pucker when he threw it and saw the tip. I bet you he was ready to be mad. Like I would be ready to be mad. And he just kind of sitting there like, what the fuck? So 17-7, Carolina is kind of building the hole here. He hasn't made crucial mistakes on defense. I don't think we've seen a pick yet. Actually, yeah, we did. We saw the Monte Nicholson one. All right, he did make a mistake, but damn. All right, so here's now Danny's kind of unloading the blitz packages and the confusion. And, man, how do you even stop that? That's what's going to – and let's see how Danny reacts if he continues to blitz. Because that's like a – I mean, really, you forced a 2-yard check down. I know it sucks, but I don't think you could be discouraged from blitzing like that anymore. Like, you're really fucking him up with some of these blitz packages, and I feel like you got to keep sending them. So the issue is once that first down happens, you start to get discouraged, and you're just like, well, shit, should I be blitzing? And then you sit back in your standard coverage. We'll see. Danny comes to man here. He's going to use her white for the corner. And then, no surprise, McCaffrey is all over that ankle route again. Every time that he's caught Danny in man, he's got the ankle route. And what's so tough is it's always audible. It's a very – I can't know how to say this word – audible for McCaffrey. He can always have it. So if he sniffs man coverage out at all, like, you got to be careful. That ankle route's coming. And if you don't use it, you know, you have like that play right there that had a corner route that Danny had to play with Devin White. So 4-3 odd. This is the formation that looks like 3-4 defense. But it keeps the 4-3 personnel. Let's see. Inside zone to the backup running back. Does Darrell Williams? I think so. Another good running back was Damian Williams this cycle. If you caught him right when the cycle started, I think he's like an 80 overall and had good juke, and pretty good speed, 90 speed. So just because of his playoffs last year. All right, 3rd and inches here. McCaffrey's in the game. You got to think you're fake audibling here and you're just running the ball. I would. And then worst case scenario. I mean, but Danny wants that, and he's showing. Oh, he's showing, and Danny wanted this. All right. Look at what Danny's showing. I mean, seriously, the disrespect to the pass game. Danny says, throw it, dude. I got David on my receiver. I got a speed mismatch here. I probably got a speed mismatch here, and no safety help for any of these receivers. Like, he's not getting there to help. He's not getting there to help. He fell for it again. Like, we had it when he threw the post. He had the cheese lined up. Thought he had the go route to Anthony Miller. But, yeah, Willie fucked up here, man. Run the ball, because everything here screams run the ball. He's dropping in the complete coverage. I understand he can't tell that, but he hot routes both goes, and nobody's beat. Now he could play that game trying to throw down to McCaffrey again, but he falls for it on 3rd and inches and is going to end up having to kick a field goal here. Hargreaves beats out Moore. Yeah, on 4th and inches. I don't know if he goes for it. He could. I don't know. I think, yes, because it's 4th and 1 or less, you're good to go. Sorry. If it was 4th and 2 or less, you would not be good to go. Or less than 4th and 1, or more than 4th and 1. I'm just kind of speaking. So maybe Danny thought, or maybe Willie thought, well, if I don't get it, I'm going to fucking run anyways on 4th down. And that could explain him taking a shot, but we'll see what he does here. Maybe a draw. Danny's in coverage again, but he is using White, and he feels confident. So he has McCaffrey wide the fuck open. And he makes that read. He made it too late. Look at this shit. Just look at McCaffrey. Willie or Danny. Well, first of all, I can see why he looked away because look how fast Devin White occupied that space and then turned around and played the slant. But really, McCaffrey's wide the fuck open. So, okay. I can't really critique Willie here and say that was a bad play. When I slowed it down and you see how quickly Danny just dives down on that flat really quick and then turns around and plays a slant. I've never had to play against Devin White. I haven't had to play a Bucs user at all, and I used Devin White in another league. So I guess I've never had to play against truly the fastest linebacker in Madden history. So I can't tell you what it's like to deal with. But he is a very talented player. So 2nd and 8, backup running back in. We're in cover 3 and we're manning the outside corner, and that's what happens when you man. So he's having good success after manning this outside corner, not allowing Samuel to be one-on-one, and then just being patient and hitting this empty grass right here. It's going to be open every time Danny's in cover 3. And even cover 2 because he's manning the outside corners on cover 2. So I wonder if he catches on to that and if Danny continues to man up. All right, we're in cover 1 here. Danny's got a mismatch if we go at the corner for 87. I think that's Anthony Miller. And then obviously there's the corner and there's a touchdown. That was actually Thomas on the jump ball, but that was just a jump ball play there. You had a linebacker, it looks like Collins, manned up on the tight end, and he went up. So Danny's having a hard time running man right now. I wouldn't say he's being unsuccessful when he's blitzing, but he needs to. I feel like he needs to stick to it because he was really forcing some tough throws. Paying more attention to Christian is a necessity too, because if you're gonna blitz, you gotta play the best check down threat in the game by far, outside of like maybe Alvin Kamara because of joystick, and like that's the only reason. Imagine having to play against that, like Mike Evans twice a year and OJ Howard, and then Danny, and then you have to turn around and play Christian McCaffrey, and then you have to turn around and play Alvin Kamara, and then you have to turn around and play Julio Jones. Like bananas. Toss play here. It's gonna shut that down. Okay, 2nd and 12. Little under route. Nolan, get some yards back. Don't hate it. Finding a good time to call cover 6 is weird because it's like the obligatory, yeah, I changed things up on defense play, but also the obligatory, man, why did that safety just fucking run to the sideline for no reason play? All right, so we went cover 2 on Mike Evans. He's got the one-on-one on the comeback. Incomplete throw. And one of the traits that Mike Evans actually has is the comeback, and it's kind of frustrating when those plays like that happens. Like, dude, his little trait is comeback plays, and I feel like they're never successful. All right, 4th and 8. That's a big drive. And that, I think that's just a result of having Josh Rosen. Like for every crazy throw that he has to Mike or something, he's gonna have that throw overthrown to Josh or on the comebacks and things like that. Those more timing based routes. All right, Danny back in 0. He's gotten toasted every time, but at least it's first down. And he likes this in first down. Does he switch out of it? Looks like he did. All right, to cover 2. User in the corner though. Let's see how he goes there. Oh, yeah. Okay. Willie, we want to talk about that. We're going to talk about you being the power run goat of Madden 16 and then just deciding that you're just going to fucking bounce outside. That was like the easiest 10 yards. All right, 2nd and 10. Man coverage again. At least this time that's no blitz. Changing up who he's using. That's just kind of Danny special. Gets beat there, actually. Does he just press and kind of shade underneath, expecting that the throw isn't going to come? So he presses, kind of plays. Yeah, wow. That's a really good read. That's tough. And man, like our minds as users are constantly want to undercut routes and get into it. But that was a good job. There's not a lot of dudes that'll throw right at Danny's user. And now Dak's in the zone with his gambler. 2-minute warning. You have gambler activated. Okay. See what we got here. Standard cover 2. Manned up on the outside corner. And he throws a pick. All right, let's break it down. Late developing dig underneath this go. And he just gets, just typical, just Devin White speed. Also the result of backing up too much. You want to see this again? Backing up. Like this throw was a lot further than it needed to be, and that extra hang time was everything that Devin needed to catch up to the throw. So sit in the pocket, boys and girls. Stop making these throws longer than they need to be. But we got a banger. It's good so far. I've heard the ending is good. That's what they said about. No, I'm not gonna spoil it. Duke Johnson with the DF back dive gets you to 37. Keep that clock running. I dig it. Back to split close. You have the doubles in, but you want the post to Mike. That's what everybody wants. He's probably gonna. Ooh, patience. Godwin underneath. Yeah, he didn't. I don't know what star loaded up, but somebody star loaded up by Mike Evans, so I could see why I didn't throw it. Everybody and their mom wants that post. So Danny going to the crosser. This is another good play here. Davey likes to run this. You throw to Y, and then you have a lead blocker with the linebacker or running back on the Y or on the wheel. So obviously Luke can make the play there, but sometimes if you throw that ball, that wheel route will turn into a good lead blocker if you just kind of wait on it to get in front of you. So, and that Davey loves running that. I see that a ton. It's a really good play to do. It's really good. Cross screen here. Let's see if he checks out of it. Nope. Willie using Brian Burns. Looks like he may have just gotten caught. We'll see a timeout. Interesting timeout by Carolina. Why would he call it? I don't know why he would want the ball back here. Maybe he feels like one chance with Christian's worth it. Also, if you feel like your defense is getting tired after a long drive, that's also good. Just I get that you may not want the ball back or whatever, but if you just need to have all of your best defensive players on the field and not tired, burn that timeout. Choosing Luke here. Oh, Wise wide open. There it goes. Just patience from the young man. Just patience. 3-man rush in the red zone. Nobody can get through. Danny will just sit there and wait on you. Just sit there and wait on it. I wonder if that's an actual corner, if that got hot routed, but that does a good job at clearing out that 3 defender there. And yeah. Big score right before half. And Devin White's in the zone. I wonder if there's anything worth watching at the end of the half. 10-point game going into halftime. Devin White's in the zone. It's got reinforcer, I think, for him, which I don't necessarily feel the effects of, but I mean, you just feel the effects of having him on the field every time he plays. Like, if I could pick 3 defenders to have in this game at all times, it would be Geno Atkins because of just the memes that happen with him. Devin White is complete that? No. Yeah, Devin White, as much as I want to say like Aaron Donald, Geno Atkins seems to be the dude that just absolutely shreds defenses. And probably like I'd probably double up. But if I had to choose a DB, it'd probably be a safety. Eddie Jackson's good to have. There's plenty of guys that are just so talented. I wonder what it's like to have an X Factor corner. 3rd and 4. I mean, I'm not really commentating much here. I mean, there's not really much to it. Danny's playing prevent. He doesn't want to give up anything over 20 yards. You definitely want to make sure you tackle Christian McCaffrey. We're in man here. I wonder if he's even going to. I would run here for like with the timeout. Maybe you could steal some yards. McCaffrey's open. He's going to throw that ball to Samuel, and maybe there's an end of half Hail Mary. I don't know. If it's a game of the year and I skipped like an end of half Hail Mary, I'll just watch it. Shout out to all the folks that have joined. We got a new Bills user, I think recommended by Donnie. We got Maddie. Maddie's back. Welcome back, bud. He's going to be taking over the Bears for Nano. We got new Niners user Mamba. I don't know who he joined from. He might be Willie's friend, but Mamba joined, so he's going to be the Niners. So welcome to the division. I'm Cardinals, by the way. And yeah, so if you guys are watching, welcome to the league. We got a banger of a game right now. We got 10-point lead and the ball for Tampa. They're looking to come out and make it 17. Put Willie in a spot. Now, Willie's been good with this Panthers team. Willie was, I would say, just above average. I want to say above average just because season 2 he got to the NFC Championship, but with the Bears. But I can't say that he was one of the more competitive users with that Bears team. I feel like he lost a lot of big games. But it looks like he did catch a stride. He was literally a game from a Super Bowl, so I can't completely disrespect the man. Oh, Duke! Oh my God, Duke had the filthiest juke versus me a couple weeks ago. Now he's putting on the moves. Oof, son, look at this. Inside juke. Then there was a spin. There's a stiff arm. This is a play you don't see every day. Let's see. Hot routes us to the crosser route by just look at how many people are open. Mike Evans late in the route. Nice read. Rosen starting the second half hot, 11-15. Let's go outside zone. Nice cut. That's another thing too for when you're swerving and when you're cutting, like knowing when to make the cut and when to make the move. It's another key part. Looks like we have cover 1 here. Danny, once again, Willie likes his man. Might go Mike. Oh, everything about Mike Evans is wide open right now. There we go. Yeah. Even though you have Dante on there, Dante's not going to be enough to play Mike. Mike has 100 release. Plus the double move. Actually, no, it wasn't a double. It's because of the post that comes with it. So for Howard, not open. So yeah, Mike just winning his press. Huge. 17-point game. Started like a blowout. So that must mean Willie figures something out. And I don't know if that is going to mean offensively. I don't know if maybe he's going to spring loose one of those big plays to Samuel that he's been waiting on. I don't think Samuel's had a target all game long. So Let's go stretch to Christian. He gets kind of warp tackled there by 9-7. It's kind of weird. His man just kind of disengaged. Now we're in cover 3. He makes his man up on Samuel, and he's going to use her the backside. Probably looking for the McCaffrey play now, which he does, and he hits Miller on the seam. Good job at clearing, using McCaffrey to clear out White, and then trusting your slot to beat the nickel corner. And that's where this Bucks team is weak, is at corner depth. You have Murphy, Bunting, and that's great, but then you instantly have to deal with like Hargreaves, and he doesn't really have the strongest secondary. MJ Stewart, who probably is not even on the roster anymore. He's got Edwards back there. Yeah, it looks like he just moved on from MJ Stewart, and maybe Justin Evans is gone too because he's playing Nicholson. So, all right, good drive here. Good response drive. It's not the end of the world that you're down these amount of points. It's just 17 points. The touchdown makes it a 10-score game. Manning up in cover 1. You know, it looks like it's not matching the cover 2 Manning like I was saying it would. It was for me the other day. Oh, and then Samuel finally makes a play in quadruple coverage. Once again, Willie's just trying to keep Devin White underneath as much as he can. So cross, and he goes after the post, and he actually switches it to make the user catch. But yeah, I don't even think it's like Stephon Diggs today in real life. Like you're just waiting, like damn, dude, like throw him the fucking football, and then well, here you go, and then he makes a big play as soon as he gets a chance to. So that's like quadruple coverage. Superstar Curtis Samuel took that team to the Super Bowl last year. So nice play there. Instead of the angle, it's more of a go, and that they're going to play the angle. So finding Christian McCaffrey in the middle of the field, staying creative. Oh, he's in the zone. What's his zone ability? He's tired. Oh wow, both of them are in the zone. And he gives up the wide open slant to throw the out, but nonetheless, he was in man coverage. He was going to be good either way. But look at this wide open slant route coming in. Actually, you know what? Nicholson was kind of under it. I don't know if Danny's going to make that play with trajectory, but he saw a man. He threw the out route. Big response there. Big response. Back to a 10-point game, but you got Mike in the zone now. How do you play that? Obviously, it's just double me. It's not Most. Mike Evans with Most wouldn't be a fun time. I'll tell you that much. Just going to go stick with no hot routes here, and he's going to go for the quick hitch by Godwin. Just gets knocked down. Tried that earlier, tried to throw a little spot route to Godwin and got knocked. So he's just a little late to it, and it's probably just because it's not his first read. These spacing plays are hard. I think those who really can implement it into their offense are like the all hitches play. Like we don't ever trust it because it looks like all hitches, but they end up being about 5-yard routes. So I suggest you try to find ways to put that in your offense here. Mike Evans across the middle of the field. That's easy money. Danny spent like 2 seasons throwing this route to DJ Shark. So he's no stranger to just being like, all right, I'll take my 2 to 3 yards. All right, so we have smash concept here. He's going to hot route Howard to a go and Sanders to a zig. He's going to go after Howard. No catch. Yeah, I mean, that's Luke. Luke's going to play that correctly. Mike in the zone, pressed up, and since it's not even on him, big run by Duke. I would have thrown that shit. It looked like cover 2. There he was. Yeah, some form of 2 zone. There was that would have been a free touchdown to Mike Evans. And here's how I know. It's a film room. Let's talk about it. When he comes up and he presses this corner up, right? Is he really in front of Mike Evans? Because you don't really get to play leverage in this game. Like you have shade inside outside, but that's not the same. They don't do cornerbacks right in front or shouldered off or shouldered in for leverage play. They don't do that in this game. So when I see him pressed up on Mike and he's like off to the side, like it's like he's guarding the area right to the left, I'm like that screams zone. Everything about that screams zone. If he was in press man, he would be right up on him. And even look over here, you can see he's not really lined up across. He's on the outside. Everything about this screams zone, and everything about this screams. And also double me if will beat press. I think 99% of the time. So you never have to worry about like I'm talking insta wins on it. So I know we're not going to get to see here because it's going to be a handoff, but he's going to insta win every so like in that situation, 100% that you have zone coverage there. So just keep that in mind. If somebody's playing press, it's like you can look at the way that their corners are aligned, and that'll tell you everything you need to know about whether it's true man press or corner zone press. So here we have definitely have man coverage, and I want to say Willie's blitzing. And the reason why I want to say Willie's blitzing is like manned up, and the safeties manned up. It just makes sense that if these guys were actually in zone, the safeties were in some kind of zone, then that means Luke would be over here over Mike. But because he's not, this screams to me that this is man coverage and that these linebackers are blitzing. And lo and behold, linebackers are blitzing. You have man coverage. Are we going at Mike? No, it kind of rolls into the blitz here. What's Danny looking for here? This is a huge play on 3rd and inches. Like you come out and you have man-on-man coverage and you have a one-on-one with an in-the-zone Mike Evans. Like, that's what you got to read here. And how does he counter? He counters by usuring, but I don't know how much usuring plays an effect on double me. Looks like Willie might have been Danny may have been looking for the wheel and some kind of cut from OJ. That's open. I don't know why I didn't throw it to A. I mean, he's got B open, A open. He's got Y open. But I don't know. Maybe Danny was waiting for the running back to clear. Wow, this wasn't man. All right, I called the blitz. I didn't call man. And you know what? I almost said this. Look at the leverage here that we were just talking about, the leverage and press. He man aligns. That's why I was thinking, okay, he man aligns the zone. I didn't catch that. Otherwise, I would have known. So that screams man, because if they were in real man, they would have just come out and auto-aligned. But that's probably why Danny goes, this isn't truly just man coverage. This is some kind of whatever. So, yep. Oh, and A actually was on a double move. So he was absolutely waiting for the wheel route. He audibled that wheel route. He was 100% waiting for that wheel route to clear the corner, and it never did because that was a double move by Mr. O.J. Howard. Okay. Well, good blitz. Good time to call that blitz. Force that one read stare down because he had a couple routes open on 3rd and inches, and he could just run it, Sometimes if you see that people man align, the play wasn't really originally going to be all that inside pressure. Ooh, we got 0. He's got Tosa every time he runs 0. Big run there. For those who don't know what I'm talking about, I mean, we're all in football fans, so I don't mean to insult anybody, but when I say 0, I mean cover 0. That means man coverage across the board, and nobody's in zone coverage over top. It means everybody that's not man is blitzing the quarterback. Nice read, Willie. Jesus. Those are tough reads, man. You got Devin White all over McCaffrey and then has enough speed to bounce away from him. And you're under center, so, nobody ever really throw it. Not many people throw this little quick hitch to the linebacker or to the running back. I know it looks simple, but goddamn, when you have Devin White undercutting all of your fucking routes for an entire hour, it's tough, especially when you're down by 10 and you need big plays and you're just like, I can't throw this post. I want to throw this post, whatever. So here's 2 drop. Let's see if he's going to keep the drop. I almost never keep that little linebacker dropping in coverage, but looks like he comes anyways. Nice check down to tight end. Get those yards. Dak's not having the worst day. He did get baited into 2 picks, but outside of that, 2 big yards. I wonder if he has any plans to upgrade tight end. I think that's like the in real life 3rd string tight end or backup tight end for the Panthers. So Motions Christian out. That's going to stretch the defense and cause some problems, especially with trying to guard that. Ooh, ooh. He has this crossing route right here on the Panthers logo, right here. He would have just waited on it. He went for the harder throw. Really just got lucky with trajectories there because Danny was all over that throw. Very close one. I mean, just dropped it in there. I wonder if that has anything to do with Dak's ability with like being out of the pocket, if that counts as having his feet set to help him throw the perfect pass. Here we have cover two. Let's see how he attacks it. It's not hidden very well, so um, he has. Oh, perfect. Not only does he have this wide open seam that Devin White's trailing, but he does a very good job at fitness. And that's once we talked about Danny's struggles earlier with this roster, is he doesn't have very good safeties. He doesn't have very good backup corners, so that is he's not gonna have that reaction time he's looking for with Edwards that he would have had with somebody else like Marcus Williams that he had with the Saints. Um, or Natrell Jamerson, if you remember him from when Danny had the Giants. So first and goal. Big play here as the third quarter comes to close. Oh, almost woke my daughter up. I mean, Willie, are you the king of giving up free touchdown, like easy touchdown throws? Look at this tight end, dude. And you just go for the jump ball to Curtis. Curtis wins, I think he's like 2 for 2, bro. What a fucking throw. But didn't have to be that hard. So, a touchdown is a 3-point game. But the layering issue is Mike Evans in the zone. He hadn't gone for him yet outside of the go. But I mean, look at this. Danny, just call it, buddy. Just call it. He ain't ready for it. Look at this. All right. Oh my gosh. Danny living on the edge, bro. That's Josh Allen's levels of that. So Willie did it, bro. He took the cheese. So I don't like to brag. No, I do like to brag. So I beat Danny last year with a very interesting game plan with playing Tyreek Hill, in which I just blitzed the fuck out of everybody. I didn't give any over the top help for Tyreek Hill, and I literally just usered the corner on Tyreek every play. I was like, I'm blitzing the fuck out of Saquon, and I'm going to cover Hill every play. And that's not the only reason that game went my way. Obviously, I had a Todd Gurley that literally once a game became Jesus himself. So I had a lot of help there, but that was the game plan, and that's like, you know, Willie's doing, and where that comes back full circle is Willie's doing a really good job at like showing Danny wide open looks. Like here, it looks like zone again. It is per se press zone again. Why? Because his head's on the outside. He's like not even remotely lined up over top of the route, and he actually gets pushed out of bounds here because he gets pushed out and then he still runs that route. But he's doing a really good job at giving Danny a look that Mike Evans might have forgotten about it, and then he's using the safety over the top, and it's a double team. And of course, the speed of Dante Jackson makes life that much easier. So, I mean, you come out, that's a huge fucking possession to give it to Danny with an in the zone Mike, and it not be there at all. And Danny has to either find Mike sooner, he's going to be out of the zone and lose that advantage. So looks like switches to man here, switches back to some kind of 3, and he's going to go bubble screen to Anthony Miller. I know he had a dev story with Anthony Miller. Oh, wow. Holy fuck. Got waxed. Look at that. From big play, big drive to big play. Bam. Nicholson comes in, lays the boom. Preston Smith picks it up. Danny was raving about the Preston Smith pickup in free agency this season. He's going to come up with the fumble return. I mean, just gets blasted. Damn. That went from good play, catching Danny with a bunch of defensive adjustments. Oh. Unlucky. And Duke Johnson, see you later, bye. Gets him down to the 10. Duke Johnson, topping 100. Even then, he ended up leaving Dante by himself. But I don't know if Danny can do any more throws to not Mike Evans without giving up. So a throw to Duke, or sorry, I run the Duke, hand off to Duke, and that'll get him about 3. Yeah, so consecutive passes not targeted. So he's in double me. You can't throw 3 passes in a row not to your double me receiver or he loses. So here's a little trick for you guys. It includes the jet sweeps as passes. So if you have a double me receiver and you want to keep him in the zone longer and you've already hit like Danny has with 2 of his 3, you could just hand him. You could just give him a jet sweep and it'll keep him in the zone. So pro tip for you. I mean, yeah, you're kind of giving up a play, especially with Mike Evans. Like he's not exactly your prototypical jet sweep kind of guy, but like if you really give a shit, there's not a current. I don't know. There's not a current rule saying you can't do it. I can't say I did it with Hopkins or not. But here we go. 3rd and goal. You have the post. You have too high. You want it, don't you? And Luke is going to make the play there. So not only just after the mistake, Willie holds up, but Willie forces a field goal. Gets Mike Evans out of the zone. I mean, this went from a fuck me fumble to a momentum shift for the Panthers that quickly. Like if Danny comes out right there and just like drops a diamond, like that's game changing. So Luke Kuechly there and Willie changing the game. All right, returning 23 yards. Okay. I guess it's worth it with Curtis Samuel. I can't speak to it. I don't even know who I have returning. Oh, I got Spencer, or not Spencer. Yeah, Deion Spencer. Single back wing slot. It's been a while since we've seen a Christian McCaffrey run, I think, no? Like, had to throw the ball to get back into the game. Prescott in the zone for, like, what, the 3rd time? He might still be in the zone from that 2nd time. No, I don't know. Willie has kind of been balling. Out route to Samuel. Good to go. Samuel's come alive since a pretty quiet first half. And I think it's because Danny left those corny kicks on his dudes. All right, let's hold on. Danny's the king of the. What are these, Danny? Danny, we gotta talk about that. What are these corny kicks you got on your players? Can I go upgrade this dude? He's got 5-pound cleats on, dude, and you're wondering why he's getting beat by every out route. Come on, dude. He's got 97 jump, and you put those on, he's got 84. Come on, bro. Fix those shoes. Oh, Danny. I bet you Devin's not wearing those. I thought Devin would for sure have the J's on. Get spun in open field. If he was wearing J's, that wouldn't happen. But no, you giving these dude corny shoes. Like their mom like came in and said, "Honey, I went to Dick's and got you some shoes," and she got it for the for sale or clearance rack. Always got the crosser. He wants the crosser. Gets lit the fuck up. Can't throw it late against these linebackers. Also had the wheel routes on McCaffrey. Have to remember, Danny's been man doubling him, Samuel, all game long, and that's just going to leave that flat open to the left. And he took advantage of it earlier with the DJ Moore wheel route, but he hasn't gone back to it. And that's tough to notice in game. It's easy to notice now when I can see what Danny's doing every damn play. Like, motion's out, 3rd and 10, cover 2. Really tough to play run defense here, but not really anticipating run. You get the angle route by McCaffrey. Oof, bruh. Willie's been doing a good job at this all game. Keeping Devin White in here with this angle route and playing this ball into Thomas perfectly. Now, Willie, quit backing up, dude. Man, just gets this ball inside. I don't know if that's the way the route was or not, but the way that route cuts inside was very helpful. I don't know if that was because of the way he led it or if it's just that, it's like an ankle route and the way the seam runs, it automatically cuts in. But he's doing a good job of keeping him at bay. Now we have a cover 1 blitz by the strong safeties coming. Just going to see a run here. McCaffrey, just a run, just a 8-yard spin cycle here. Stanley's in trouble because his main corner's tired as shit, and he's over there guarding Mike. He's not Mike Evans, Curtis Samuel. We're manned up on the outside. Devin White, good patience. Just gets the toe down. Who is this Thomas dude, and why is he balling for Willie right now, bro? I swear that's not like a drafted rookie. First and 10. Willie's doing a good job of being patient in the pocket. Did it earlier, kind of got misled a little bit. Ian Thomas, yeah, this tight end's not like anything special, man. First and 10. This is tough, though. This is where it's tough because Devin White isn't going to be too undercut by. Oh, my God. There it goes. As Devin White gets too busy underneath. So, cover 2. Danny's trademarking Manning inside. What happens here? This post's fucking filthy. Do they switch? No, he just gets caught inside on this double move post. It takes fucking a whole ass year to open up. And Devin, he's just too busy playing all 3 of these routes, and he can't do everything. Damn. Wow. That's a big fucking throw. And that's a 1-point lead for the Panthers. Still plenty of time, though. Curtis Samuel came alive, bro. Like, second half stud. Like, literally went from doing nothing to catching, 3 touchdown passes? Oh, Mike. One of that dig to Mike. Willie's doing a very good job using Trey Boston and playing Mike. And that's what Willie likes to do, man. Willie likes to try to take away your best dude. And he's not afraid to just use the corner for a play or 2 or 9. You know what I'm saying? He'll do whatever he needs to do to get the job done. Luke coming in, busting that one up. It's okay if this drive doesn't go well for Danny, but what he doesn't want to do is get 20, 30 more yards and then it not go well. Like, if you don't get it here, you might as well just, it would suck to take another minute off the half. Is this where he hits Nolan? Nolan? No. Cross route to Godwin. This is okay. I know it sucks. It looks bad. And Willie's been fucking rolling. But if you get this clock all the way down to 2 minutes with Luke Kuechly in the zone, right? And you haven't crossed the 50, you're in trouble. Oh, he goes for it. With how much what's his name's been going off, I don't see why not. I don't see why not. Oh, no. No DPI. Wow. Yeah, that. Damn. Yeah, I think you just got to, obviously hindsight's 2020, right? I mean, you got Mike Evans one-on-one impress against Dante, but Dante's recovered even whenever it was like X Factor. He was all over it. So, wow. 239. Man coverage. The out routes of Samuel. And he had the seam. He got him earlier on it, which was an angle route to McCaffrey, which Danny was in man and slides down, and he left 17 wide open right here. Like, that would have been 6. Trajectory wasn't going to save him there. This is too quick of a throw. So if Willie can't snag a touchdown here, I'm disappointed because that was a touchdown. We just got a little too wrapped up. You had this combo. You've been hitting that combo to the seam all day. Danny got beat again. Oh, he's in 3. Would be surprised if he goes out route again to Samuel. Right. Oh, he went go route. He's 6'3" versus 5'11", and he's getting out jump on every time. Like, I bet Danny's sitting there like, all right, you got it this time, right? Like, I can trust you this time, right? Like, oh my God. 42-34. It's an 8-point game. Like, This dude caught 4 touchdown passes all in the second half. Danny's defense hasn't looked. Actually, I wouldn't say he hasn't looked that bad. He's been struggle city a little bit. All right, so how do you pull this game out of your ass? All right, everything tells me Trey Boston's blitzing, but he's been using Trey all game, so yeah, he ain't blitzing him. Is that my man Nolan Sanders on the comeback? Traded from Arizona for that hot 4th-round pick. I think it was well spent there. You'll never get a player in the 4th round that can catch comebacks like Nolan Sanders just did, so fuck it. Fuck it. Here you go. Flood route. Mike's open. Oh, Luke is everywhere. He's nowhere and everywhere at the same time. Who the fuck runs cover 3 buzz match and have it work out? Willie does. That's who. I don't know anybody else that can run match 3 in this league and make it work, but Willie will run it fucking up 8 in the 4th and magically it'll work. All right, let's go Nolan. I'm rooting for Nolan here. He crossing route to Howard. I like this. Is he changing it? No. Kept the same route. Oh. Okay, nobody grabbed it. We're skating on thin ice here, Danny. We can't be throwing these. Nolan Sanders is open. If you ain't throwing the ball to Nolan Sanders, then why are you throwing the ball? That's how I feel about it. I think he called deep attack here, which gives you the post. Nope, he called corners. With the post by Howard. All right, so he's under. He's high-lowing, and it doesn't matter that he high-lowed McCaffrey or Kuechly because Kuechly blitzes here. But slant play, and you're just waiting. Just good job at waiting. And fortunately, the user gets stuck playing the out or the corner route by Sanders. So big conversion there that'll take us down to the 2-minute warning. Man, we've been going for a while. Is it 10:50 yet? It's 10:14. Shit. But hey, this is what we're here for. Okay, we have drive out, Godwin with the out route. I respect that. Get that running back to block for you. If you can get it up the field, maybe throw that to the open side. 2nd and 5. So nerve-wracking. Just because you know you have to score against Willie fucking twice. Like, that's tough. It ain't tough. Or it ain't easy, sorry. All right, he's going to motion a Texas route from Howard. That's a lot to read. Gets the block he was looking for, and he's going to hit Godwin underneath. So Danny's playing nickel and dime, but it's so much easier to score from 30 yards out than it is from 12 yards out. I know that doesn't make any goddamn sense, but you really don't want to be running the ball here. You really don't have the ability to run the ball here. Like, uh-oh. Come on, boy. Don't tell me. Nolan. Oh, fuck. All right, Mike hits that comeback. I thought he was going for it. He checked the speed, and he saw route, and he saw the mismatch. Oh, I thought he was going to Nolan. Goes for the comeback instead versus man, so makes sense. We got gun doubles Y flex. I wonder if this is the Detroit playbook. Howard versus cover 3 on the post. I wouldn't take it, but if it lights up, why not? It did light up, but he was using it. Willie is just dead set on using Trey Boston. I wonder if that's what he does all year. Can't tell you that's what I would do with this team. But I'm not Willie, and I'm not the Panthers. Screen? Oh, no, he didn't. Yeah, Willie, you got or Danny, you got through that screen. You actually got the blocking for it. Okay, so that's 1st and 20 on the 20 now. Once again, not even the worst thing, dude, because you're spacing that defense out and you're forcing them to play a little bit less compact. Because with Luke and Shaq in there, which I'm sure have both over 80 zone, you're in trouble. Danny, or you look at Willie, who is using the corner, Dante Jackson. So Willie is his unique man. He just trusts all of this so much. He's like, I'm just going to take your best guy. Like you're just going to have to beat me. You're going to have to beat my CPU with your backups or your second best dude. And I really respect that. Like there's not a lot of dudes that'll do that. And I think there's two kind of users in Madden. There's users that fly around with their heads all like fucking chickens with their heads cut off, and they get a ton of picks, but they allow a fuck ton of yards. And you have guys like Willie who are just like, you got to earn that shit, bro, against my best players. Big blitz package here. Oh, my man. Let's talk about it. Bring in the package. That means the late developing middle of the field routes are open. He gets picked up and just misses the big hit. And you can't do that. Can't do that. Man. I'm so proud of you, Nolan. He's a little Cooper Cup. I think that's why I gave him 18, because he's a white boy. So, big play. Big play by the man, Nolan. So, what's the two-point conversion play? Because this is tough. Do you go a bunch of tight ends like he has and show run and throw the fade? Do you trust the fade? Trust the dig? Oh, he's just going to snap it. Oh. Oh. Oh, who else? Who else but Jared motherfucking Cook on the double move out and up? I think that's stick knot, actually. But, yo, Jared Cook in times of need, in times of crisis. When you need it the most, you got to eat. Who's better to have when you got to eat? Then the Cook. All right, that's corny. I'm sorry. 42-42. 45 seconds left. Let's see here. Predictions. Get 3 timeouts, 45 seconds left in a tie ball game, and I just think he's going to throw a pick. I just feel like Danny's on the grind. He's done enough to kind of stifle. I feel like we really are going to see a pick and come up. Ooh, DPI. Take that to the bank. This really was game of the year. I normally don't like these 42-42 high-scoring games as game of the year, but there's been enough defensive minds play into this one. Is he actually going to blitz Devin? He is going to blitz Devin. Interesting. Christian. Oh, my God. Willie had the game. Willie had game right here. You're going to see it. Just throw it, dog. Oh, my God. No. No, Willie. Dude threw 6 touchdowns today. He could have had 7, or at least enough to get to the win. Damn. That's got to hurt. But at least it was incomplete. Run. I really think you got to run, Willie. It's tied. It's tied, and he's in 3-man front. Like, you have the spin cycle god, bro. Like, is that Jordan Poyer? Interesting. I didn't know he had him. I feel like that's not him. Actually, I don't know. Depends on if regression hit so hard, and he was like, I need a guy. So, once again, that flat is going to be open. If he runs it out with McCaffrey, it's like easy money. Unless, all right, so he's going to use it with Edwards. Makes sense. 4th and 10. Willie had ball game, bro. Like, he had McCaffrey wide open and literally a safety. Like, it was a spin move away from 6. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, Willie. Disappointed in you because you missed that seam route earlier. And I can't remember if you scored. He may have gone after, it may have been when he made it 42. But you lost a big throw there to Thomas in the middle. Danny, one time out, make a run to see where it goes. Willie's probably going to use his. If I'm Willie, I'm using mine. Yeah. You never know what could happen. You never know the wind's like. Danny's just got to stay out of trouble here. Oh, wow. He ran that once earlier, remember? Big gain. So just having that in the back pocket. That doesn't look like he's going to use his timeout. I can't remember if it was this game, as we're at overtime, or if it was another game I was watching at Danny, but he had a play where he literally just let the clock roll. Like he was like on like in the goal line. It was like 15 seconds left, and he didn't like just straight up did not see the clock. Oh, Bucks win. The toss. So he just straight didn't see the clock. Didn't call the timeout till 2 seconds left and had to kick a field goal. And I was screaming, bro. Like Danny had all three timeouts, and I was just like, bro, like call the timeout. EA does need to fix this though. 5:30, because like really 5 minutes and 30 seconds for an entire half. Like somebody can milk the shit out of that clock, and then even if they don't score, it's gonna be a tie. Like I don't know. Let's make it an 8-minute overtime. As long as our actual quarters are, it just makes sense to do that. Out route to Duke. Throwing 37 times with Josh Rosen and no interceptions. There's not a lot of people in this league that can throw 40 times with Josh Rosen and not throw a pick. I like this dig to Mike. Looks like he wanted it too. He's just going to run. Oh my gosh. That's very much deserving of a fumble. Danny. Danny, look at me in my face and tell me that you should redo it. That's the second one you hit. Took like that too. Like don't you dare do that, dude. You're gonna fucking fumble this game away, letting Shaq Thompson fucking run full speed into you with Josh Rosen. That should have been a fumble. That should have been a fumble, field goal, Carolina. Willie's lost a lot of chances of winning this game. Very specifically, though, that Christian McCaffrey play. Corner route to Howard, easy read. Attack Cloud extremely how you would attack Cloud. The flat corner side, and just high load him. Play action. I like the post. No, I'm going to get out of there. Run the ball. Yeah, you don't want to get carved up for 9 yards on first down. Plus match didn't work that time. But Danny's team is really hard to not have to like want to run nickel every play because you're not going to have the linebackers. I mean, if anybody has the linebackers to do it, it's Willie with Shaq and Luke. But those dudes ain't running with Howard. Like, got a post. You got a high-low read here by Cook, and you clear out Luke. What's going on here? He's got to play it. Dude. Oh, my God. All right. Are y'all all right, man? Look at Duke. Just watch him. Oh, that's so open. But nonetheless, you got Luke stretched out just to the point where he can't go make a play. Brian Burns makes an ankle-saving tackle, but it looks like we're going to be just a run in. These dudes, man. Why you signing your running back, D? You don't even throw them. They're wide open. That would have been 6 as well because you're not stopping Danny with the juke stick and Duke Johnson in the open field. But, yeah, he could have just lobbed that one up. So we go here. Fade to Mike. Out to Chris. Oh. So if you're going to attack that fade route against man, or that out route against man, like we saw Willie do it earlier to Sammy on the left, and you call the slant flat, you have got to make an in, a go. Like by letting him stay a flat when you're literally trying to throw this out to the pylon, Danny hurt himself by just running the safety, or Burns in this case, sorry. He ran this player into, like, this is open. Like right now, this out is going to be open. Like, he's open. But because, and then he could just possession catch this and it's over with. But because he let that flat stay in the play, Burns can get over it. Now you get the the 2-on-1 multiplier for your catch animation. Yeah, that was a good hot route, but you got to make sure you do the other hot routes because outs versus man in the end zone is huge. So he goes back to quick slant. What do you want? What do you want? You gonna run it? Game. TJ Logan ends it. Well, shit, boys and girls. That was a good one. Good defensive matchup. Definitely learned that even the goats make some mistakes. So big game, big plays. Mike Evans with the tip catch there. So thanks for watching. If you guys have any other big games that you guys played in that you feel like was a good breakdown, let me know, and we can put it on the next film room.